Welcome to Real French Food. I am Olivia Saez. I'm going to show you a low-carb recipe using green beans and eggs. Now we are going to add a little bit of carbohydrate in this recipe, but they're good carbs for you. This is one of my favorite salads, the salad niçoise. Originated in Nice, France. It's a classic dish on so many restaurant menus, and now you can make it at home. So let's get started by cleaning our green beans. I'm sure that in the past you have one by one cut off the ends of your green beans. Takes way too long. This is a really easy way to cut up your green beans and clean them up. So we're going to put them all in one direction. The nice little ends that we have here, we're going to keep. We like those. They look really cute. But these other ends that aren't so nice, they have sticks on them and stuff, we're going to chop those off. We're going to line them up just like this as best we can. We're going to take our knife and we're going to just chop off the ends. So now we have a whole bunch of green beans already cleaned and ready to go. So we're going to take our green beans, and I have a couple of potatoes here. These are fingerling potatoes. I love these because you can find multicolored versions, and they're nice and small and compact, so they're easy when we go ahead and cook them. We're going to steam them, so I'm going to take my steam pan and go ahead and place our green beans and our potatoes in the same pan. And I'm going to go put this on my stove to my water that's already prepared. So I'm going to turn on my heat to about medium-high, and we're going to cover. We're going to let these steam for probably about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more, depending on how much more cooked that you like your green beans and your potatoes. But we don't want them too mushy. If they're too mushy, it's just going to make a really messy salad. So while we have that cooking, we're going to go ahead and prep the rest of our ingredients. And we'll start with our tomato. We'll chop up our tomato, and we'll use a serrated blade. And this is the easiest way to chop up a tomato. You can dice it, you can quarter it, you can actually put your tomato in any shape that you prefer. I like to have nice bigger chunks, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off the top layer of my tomato, and now I have a flat edge so that my tomato is not rolling around. Cut it in half, and then lay it flat again, and then I'm just going to cut some slices, and then I'm going to do some nice big pieces. So we'll cut that twice. So I've got some really nice large pieces here. I'm going to add that to my glass bowl that I have right here. So we'll add all of our tomato, and this is about a half of a tomato. This is going to be probably serving for 1 or 2 people. If it's just yourself, you have enough for dinner tonight and maybe lunch tomorrow. Always really nice to have leftovers, just so you can make the most out of the food that you buy at the supermarket. So I just cleaned up my surface a little bit here, and next I'm going to peel my egg. Now this is a hard-boiled egg. Hit it pretty hard on your surface and then roll it out, and then you're all ready to go to peel the shell off your egg. I'm going to do it off to the side here just so that I don't get shell on my cutting board. You can certainly do this over the garbage. It would probably be a nicer spot so that you can throw it directly in the garbage. And now you have all these bits. So I just take a nice bowl of water, rinse off my egg. So we have our egg rinsed, and I'm actually going to slice up my egg. So use a serrated blade, and I'm just going to slice slices whatever thickness you'd like, get through the yolk, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this egg with my tomato. Just sprinkle it right on top. Now when you toss this later on, when we have all of our ingredients in our bowl, the yolk is actually going to separate a little bit. That's okay. Don't worry about that. You really want everything to mesh and mold together as much as possible. So the other ingredients I have for my niçoise are some canned tuna. You can use fresh too. If you'd like to use fresh tuna, just sear it really lightly, or if you like it well done, you can sear it completely. It's a really nice addition, nice fresh, but canned is really easy to use, and it's really good to go. So we'll add our tuna to our bowl. Our next ingredient in our niçoise salad are olives, my absolute favorite thing, the item in this world that I was actually named after. You can use black olives if you have a nice Mediterranean blend that you can find at your local supermarket or a specialty store. Definitely use those. I just use already sliced black olives. That's totally fine. Canned is okay too. So we're going to go ahead and pour this in our bowl. Okay, and now I'm going to take my salt and pepper blend, about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, and I'm going to sprinkle that on top. Maybe just less than a tablespoon of olive oil. We don't want a lot, we just want enough to actually mold everything together and make it easy to toss. I'm going to check on my green beans and my potato. my green beans and my potatoes have actually been here a little bit longer. It's been a good 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake off any excess water, make sure my heat is off. Okay. So I have my potatoes and my green beans, and they are hot. So I'll allow them to cool for a couple of minutes, or if you'd like, you can actually run them under nice cold water. This will stop the cooking process, and it will allow your vegetables to be handled easier. So I'm gonna take my potatoes first, and I'm actually going to cut these up. I don't want 2 big potato pieces, and if you are trying to do low carb or even no carb, you can definitely omit the potato, but you can just use a couple pieces to add a little flavor, a little color. I always like to add a little bit of color to my dish, just to make it a little more fun. So I'm just cutting slices on my potato here. I am leaving the skin on. Since we've boiled them, the skin is safe. I made sure to wash my potatoes ahead of time. Always make sure to wash your vegetables. And I have some little slices. So I've cut them in half, and then I've cut them in half again. And I'll go ahead and add, I probably won't add all of this, I'll save it. I'm gonna add this potato color, and then I have this awesome purple potato as well. We'll slice half of that as well. Now we can use the entire potato if you're doing a larger recipe, or again, just go ahead and use the whole thing. So now I'm gonna take my green beans. They've cooled off a little bit. I gave them a minute here. I'll take a handful for now, and I'm actually gonna cut these in half. You can leave them their full length. Oh, this looks beautiful. All these different colors, the purple tomatoes, the black olives, the green from the green beans, nice red tomatoes, the yellow from the egg. I mean, you've got just about everything here. It's such an awesome salad, super healthy. So enjoy this niçoise salad, and à votre santé.